Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with DVD. How you doing? This is gonna be my weekly recap of Beyond the Gates. Now, mind you, it did not come on a couple of days. The people went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But to me, I'm gonna get right into it. To me, the episodes should have started off with Kat being at um Cuckoo, Leslie, Sherry, Dana, and a house. But I'm not sure why we pulled the Tyler Perry on it and then come back on the right stuff, because that's the type of shit he does on his show. Now, I'm gonna get out the way, so this won't be exactly in sequential order, because I'm gonna get out the boring bullshit out the way. Let me just say this about Miss Derek and Ashley. Now, I'm not the only one who noticed this, because I am a part of a certain group. But I had noticed it when I found out that Pamela was Danny's best friend. And I noticed it. I said, Pamela is Danny's best friend. Okay. And then they were talking about it in the group, and I was like, you know what? What I noticed, for this to be a predominantly black cast and a black cast lead, none of them have black best friends. Why is that? Why is it that some of them couldn't have at least one of the main characters have one black best friend? Let's go over it. So Haley doesn't have any friends at all, because her best friend was black, but she screwed over Naomi and got on top of her daddy and did a full split and bounced around on his love one time. So technically there was one person who had a black best friend. But when we roll it all the way back, find out and go into it, she was best friends with Ashley all along. So Ashley is her best friend. Both of the lead daughter characters have Caucasian best friends. Pamela is Danny's, and Vanessa is Nicole's. And then Vanessa is Nicole and Danny's friend. So there's it. So then, but see, the thing about it is, Chelsea, if you really look at it, even though they're family, Chelsea and Kat are best friends, but they're looking at it like, more so on the outside of the family, who's the outside friends. And then you have Mona and Ashley's mama, which her name, I'll catch her name every once in a while, and then it'll escape me. Is it Lillian or Angela or something like that? But then it'll escape me. But so people are noticing these little nuances and things like that, because, again, on the predominantly white shows, they may have a sprinkle tinkle. Shout out to Blocka over there, that comedian. They might have a sprinkle tinkle of a black friend on the show, and that mostly what their role is. Because if you think back to As the World Turns, a show that Tamara Tuna Bouquet started on, she was the only black person on that show for years. The only one. And then on Young and the Restless, when I first started, when I was a young little girl child, for a long time, Nathan was the only black character on there. Well, you had Angie and Jesse on All My Children, but it was just two of them. And then, every once in a while on One Life to Live, but Nathan had no love interest for years on Young and the Restless. Years, until Amy came on the show, and then, Olivia, I think that's her name, Drew's sister. But for years, Young and the Restless had the biggest amount of black actors and actresses on there. So that's why we are having these little issues with Derek and actually having such a intricate part in this show. We want to see them. When we say side characters, we want to see them in the roles that black folks was in on a predominantly white show. Barely in the speaking part, no love interest, all of the above. So we can just see what it's like just for a little while. So the episode opens up. My episode is gonna open up. My recap is gonna open up with Derek and Ashley, so I can get them out the way. They move in together. Nothing much to see here. Doug and Vanessa, she has food poisoning and can't make it to the party. A lot of people think she's pregnant. I'm one of them. So let's get into Chelsea and the threesomes. Okay, so she goes to see Martin. And she's like, Martin, I need your expertise. And he said, well, I'm not sure I'm an expert on threesomes, cuz. And she's like, not just threesomes. I don't need expertise on that. I know what I'm doing. I'm the waka 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 flocka of threesomes. I need your expertise on same-sex love. And he's like, oh, okay, well, cuz I can tell you what I do. I'll go for it. Because she's falling for the woman in the threesome. And because men are so misogynistic and so confident and so ego-driven, they don't realize that when they put their women together, they become in tune with each other. When they're the type of men who require threesomes in their marriages. And so it's rarely two men and a woman, right? Because when it's two men and a woman, which I saw on Entourage many times, they never want to cross swords, if you will. But they always want the two women to interact with each other sexually. So that right there is what ends up happening. The two women start to actually like each other. And so once she got the go ahead from cuz, she went over there and talked to that lady. And now they was like, well, I do respect my husband, and 9 times out of 10 we do these things together. But hey girl, I'm attracted to you too, and you woke up something inside of me. It was like fire shut up in my bones. She didn't say that. That was my own personal judge. But you know what I'm saying. So they started to like each other. And they have a little, I think it was like a little dinner date or a little double date with, I want to say Thomas and Kat. Was it Thomas and Kat, or was it Ashley and Derek? Who was on that little dinner date with them? Well, anyway, it's not important. What's important is Ashley is getting her groove on with with another woman who's actually married, by the way. So this is going to be interesting, especially since we're wrapping up the Eva, Leslie, Anna, Dana storyline. So we get to Andre and Danny, and Andre is so enamored with Danny. I hope, well, he's ready to put things out in open. So let's see how far Danny is willing to go with putting things out in the open. See if she wants to spread their wings and fly away to a place that he longs for. And I hope so, because to me, I don't care if that is a May December romance, honey. They look good together to me, in my opinion. Now remember, Andre knows about Leslie, Anna, Dana, Sherry. What is that lady's name? So anyway, let's just get on to Mona. So Mona is suspicious of Leslie at this point, but it's too late, right? Now, they done sat up down the offer jeans and talked and gossiped about the rich, lovely, how the Duprees live, and you were giving Leslie, Anna, Dana, Sherry, you were giving her all the ammunition she needed to break up the scene, right? So Mama was just like real suspect of her. She like, why are you talking to us like you about to go somewhere? Well, she thinks she's about to go somewhere because hell, she thinks she's about to be a Dupree. Child, the closest thing you could be is a Richardson. You don't realize that a Richardson is not a Dupree. He married into the family. So we at the party. We're going to go all the way down to the party because this is Thursdays and Fridays episode. Because remember, Tuesday and Wednesday didn't come on. It was preempted all over the United States. I know some other people have breaking news in other states because you have breaking news locally. No, the preemption was 50 statewide. Okay? Because of soccer. Or should I say football. So, let's get to the party. We at the party. We planning the party. Eva has everything going on. It's lovely. And a lot of people say they liked Eva's dress. It was, I give it a 2 for me because I like the new mesh. I like the fit. I'm not a fan of feathers in any capacity. So by this point, Eva is under the impression of, she knows what Mama's about to do. And she's just telling her, Mama, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. But Leslie, Dana, Sherry is up to her old tricks and she wants to do it. She's in her cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs bag. So, she's determined to embarrass Nicole. For some reason, and you can tell she does have a mental tick because she has mentally blocked out Ted's part in this, and she's hyper focused on Nicole. So it's time for the party. Everybody's arriving. It's a beautiful occasion. And on Thursday's episode, she gets what she wants. She shuts things down. She locks her own child into the dressing room, in the closet. In the linen closet. Because she was supposed to change clothes in the linen closet because she was supposed to be the help or whatever. But she decided to do a switcheroo and come there in her finest of fine, the clothes Ted bought her. That little $50,000, the way she spending money, it's going to be all gone in a hot little second. I guess she was planning on continuing to put the squeeze on him, but she's not going to be able to continue to put the squeeze on him if that's the case. So, we get to the end of Thursday's episode and she walks in and now Eva is locked in the closet and she walks in and she says, Teddy baby, you want to tell him how you know me? So then the episode Friday comes on with her saying that and Ted was like, this is not the time and place. Let me talk to my wife. And then she's like, oh, no. Get your hands off her because so many people are trying to hold her down. Get your hands off this woman. She's not well. This is Sherry. Sherry? Kat said. She told me her name was Emma. So, the best friend of Ted, which I don't know his fine name, but all I know is he played on the past. He tricked Drew. Drew from The Real Housewives of Atlanta in the movie that Candy produced. It's called The Past. It's a real good movie, by the way. Ty wrote it. Candy and Ty together produced it. Bellissimo. And he used to play on Hit the Floor. Okay? So, I'm just not really figuring out what his name is on here because he's more like a recurring character on here for now, I guess. I hope he stays so I can just say, Candy, baby. He's so fine. But I'm going to miss sexy Ted, because you know Ted is about to leave. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Mona is feeling guilty because she's looking like, wait a minute, that's whatever her name is down in Orphan Jeans. What is her name down in Orphan Jeans, y'all? Leslie. Woo! So in the meantime, you have Haley and Bill. Now remember I told you Vanessa has a stomach bug, so she's in the hospital. I don't know what kind of stomach bug put you in the hospital. Cause my stomach was bugging the other day and I just took some Pepto. But which is really, y'all, let me say this. That was odd placement too. Because when I saw that she wasn't going to be there and she called Nicole and told she was going to be in the hospital, I was like, why? Why didn't they have her at the damn party? They had to put her in the hospital with Dougie Doug. That was kind of off. Naomi did arrive at the party, so she's telling Jacob, you know, I'm late and I don't think things are going to go like I had planned. And why are we, you know, that should have been written in for her to be there. It shouldn't have been written in that she was in the hospital. That's my point. So, finally, they unlock the door, get Eva out the closet. And Eva comes rushing in and she says, oh, this woman is not well. She's a very sick individual. Oh, baby. You know how Leslie talks. Oh, baby, don't do that to your mama. You know I am very, very well. And doing just fine. Isn't that right, Ted, baby? And so she's like, so Martin jumps up. And he's like, Martin and Smitty jump up. And they try to, you know, subdue her. And Nicole still saying, you know, get your hands off of her. You know, she's just not well. And then Ava's like, right, she's not well. She's not well. And Ted's like, looking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And he's like, Nicole, don't listen to this woman. She's a damn lie. And then she say, you know I'm not lying. Isn't that right, Martin? You know, the lady in the diner who brought you the cupcakes and the brownies. I'm that waitress. Martin is like, he starts to remember. Because you know Martin got a bad memory because he can't remember why he's in this predicament that he's in with bad dreams. Allegedly. But we know he does remember. I'm just saying. So she tells her story, right? Bill's name is all in it. Got Bill's name all over it. But by the way, in the background, you got Bill on the sidelines telling Haley that Ted is not perfect. So she goes down the line on, now this is stupid because she ain't no idiot. He's like, you know, Ted's not perfect. You know, he cheats too. On his taxes? I'm like, girl, you know you being funny. And they let her do that funny mess. He said. And she named several other things that he could possibly cheat on besides Nicole. And they just held on to a scene for much too long right there for me. When he said that he wasn't perfect, she should have known what he was talking about because he was equating their situation to Nicole and Ted's. He's done some things, all I can tell you. So they go back to the party. And she's running down on Bill, right? She's telling him that he paid Bill to, you know, cover up her and her baby. And me and my baby have been living in poverty while y'all live a good life. Yeah, he told me that he would kill my baby. He would pull up on the side of the road. Boy, I was like, is this Ray Carew story or what? He have someone pull up on the side of the road and make me and my baby disappear. Well, if y'all watch the saga unfold with Ray Carew like I did for 10 days and 15 nights, then you would know that that's exactly what happened in the Ray Carew story. So, everything is in disarray. Some people believe it, some people don't. Cat believes that they're lying. She runs up to Daddy and Daddy, Daddy. So Nicole runs out in a fistful of tears, if you will. And Vernon, he tries, Vernon's the elderly man, and he tries to confront Ted, but Ted big and fine. And he's like, let me go after my wife. And so he try to go after his wife. But before then, Martin gets his ass cornered up and tell him, Dad, that woman's telling the truth. I remember her. And he shoves Ted to the couch and tell him he was a disgrace. And so are you. You're a disgrace still running for president when your granddaddy told you that wouldn't be the right thing, seeing as how you done milled somebody. We all know he milled somebody. Put a K in front of it. We just can't figure out who. Right? So when Eva's sitting on the couch, she's crying, and Andre, I guess he's disappointed because he was ready to get at that. But he was like, so I guess that makes us cousins. Well, he comes out and he's like, well, you're not the only one exactly who's at fault. And she's like, what you mean? He said, I knew about the affair, I just didn't know about you. Like that. And Eva was like, I can't believe this. I mean, my mom made me believe that, Ted knew about me all along. Yeah, he knew about an abortion, but he didn't know about you per se. And he damn sure didn't know that you survived. Which, again, I'm going to, for y'all, even if she's still calling her mom, I'm going to hold on to my theory that Kat and Eva are twins. I'm going to keep my theory going. Because remember, their birthdays are days apart. And I really do believe that Leslie went on ahead. With her being threatened and all that, I really believe that she had the abortion. And she knows how to maneuver her way into different situations by having disguises. So she's well known for having disguises. So it wouldn't be a surprise to me if she did it. So the Duprees are upset. Nicole goes home. She takes a shower. Ted comes in. He speaks to Kat, and Kat is like, she asks where the mom is, and she says she's. Now, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? Even when I come out in the car to get away from the Pharaoh, they find their way out here anyway. So hopefully I was on the part where they assemble. Yeah, because Kat and Dad have already talked, so they're assembling at the Dupree mansion. So they were assembled at the Dupree mansion, and they was like, who is this awful woman? Who is this awful person? And in their minds, they're beginning to think that Eva is lying. Oh, Eva is not lying. A lot of people in my group have said that, my Beyond the Gates group, have said that Eva is lying and she may not be Ted's daughter. Y'all, she did a DNA test. I mean, it's some things that I missed too, because I missed that Bill had been here for Ted the whole time. Some of y'all caught that already, or I don't know if y'all had looked at some future episode, because sometimes you get the bootleg stuff and you can watch the episodes ahead of time, because this stuff has been taped weeks and months in advance. So I don't know, but I did miss what Ted was all up in it. I mean, Bill was all up in it. But now we know he is. It has aired that he hid some things for his brother-in-law child, and we just gonna see how this all plays out. Drop down in the comments. Let me know. Do you think my theory is still in effect? That Eva, because we don't want Eva to be looked at as the bad guy, do we? Okay. Do we think that Eva is going to be a Richardson? Or is she a Richardson / Dupree after all? Remember, here's why my theory should stick. It's a soap opera. We have We have several theories that can make this true. The miscarriages, the fact that Leslie is a known person who goes in and out of different personalities in her disguises. Now, oh, by the way, what villain does Leslie remind you of the most? Has she made this role her own? Yes. But if we're looking at soap opera villain roles, who do you think is the best villain role for her, or to best person to compare it to? I said Sheila, but that's because I primarily watch CBS soaps. But I guess she could be having some dissociative personality disorders like Vicky, because some of Vicky herself wasn't a mean girl or anything like that, or a villain. But you had Nikki and Jane. Jane was a damn villain. All of her personalities mixed together. Or just tell me who you think is the best villain to describe her or to compare her to. I said Sheila. And that's because of the nurse thing and the disguises, okay? So, then, tell me, do you think that Chelsea is getting in over her head with the threesome situation? How is Bill going to worm his way out of this situation? Now, remember, Haley does not matter. It doesn't matter. She's not judging him at all. She doesn't care what he does because she know how she got it. So she's not holding him accountable. Did you see her with her reaction? Her reaction was still hyper-focused on Ted not being perfect. Ooh, that was juicy for her. So drop down in the comments. Tell me, do you think that Haley will regret siding with Bill on this? And matter of fact, again, how is Bill going to get out of this? So don't forget, I'm going to close here. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell button. You'll be notified when I upload a video. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.